Working Perspectives Podcast presents WPP News.
Thank you for that, J-Dub. In other news, we found that Joe Biden actually quit trying to be a president 3 years ago.
Also declared himself judge, jury, and executioner by sentencing this bullshit bird to death by decapitation.
It takes a lot to get them right when you're learning the facts of life. I keep learning the facts of life.
Who would you mind leaving off of your funeral list?
The European mind could never understand the sight of 70 degrees of freedom.
We reached out to the polar ice caps to ask them what they felt about the hottest day on record, and they had a total meltdown.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, enjoy the show.
Working Perspectives Podcast.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast presents WPP News. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied by Liam Reese, Mikey Medigan, and J-Dub. On this show, we bring you the internet's juiciest news stories and reporting on everything from a decapitated sea pigeon to the hottest day ever and a Florida man's new Uber. We're going to head right now to Liam Reese with entertainment news, who's going to give us the latest in the world of celebrity. Liam, what's the scoop?
Who is Lady Deadpool? Probably Taylor Swift. Deadpool and Wolverine comes out this weekend. They are predicting the movie will be the highest earning R-rated film of all time. With a movie this size coming from Marvel, there are a ton of predictions and rumors. One rumor is creating quite a lot of buzz online. And that rumor is who will cameo as Lady Deadpool, aka Wanda Wilson. A lot of people online are saying Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively, but for a very long time, it's been heavily rumored that Taylor Swift was going to make some kind of cameo in the film. If I had to guess, I would say the odds are at about 70-30 in favor of Taylor Swift. Or it could be neither, because apparently Marvel is putting out a bunch of misinformation and fake leaks so the movie doesn't get spoiled. Either way, we'll find out this weekend. I'm very excited. I've got my tickets. I cannot wait. Moving on, we have Garth and Milano, not on Doherty's list. Shannon Doherty unfortunately passed away Saturday. Interestingly enough, two of Doherty's former co-stars will not be on that list to say goodbye one last time. Everyone knows Shannon had disagreements with Jenny Garth from 90210 and Alyssa Milano from Charmed. And now, according to sources close to funeral planning, those two will not be invited to pay their respects. Who would you mind leaving off of your funeral list? And last but not least, the boss with a capital B. I know what you're asking yourself. Just how rich is Bruce Springsteen? The answer? He's now a billionaire. He now joins Paul McCartney and Taylor Swift as music's most recent billionaire. So you can take a little bit of comfort, and the next time you're about to check out at the grocery store and you get your bill and it blows your hair back, just remember, the boss is not going to starve anytime soon. I'm Liam Reese, and that's entertainment.
Thank you for that, Liam. Also put on the no-fly list for Shannon Doherty were Harvey Weinstein, Diddy, and Brian Austin Green.
And don't forget, Mikey Medigan's also not invited.
Bullshit!
Excellent stuff. Let's keep it moving. We're going to keep it on moving down the road. We're going to head to Mikey Medigan, who's going to give us the latest from Wildhood. Mikey Medigan, what's the story?
I just want to be clear. I never had relations with whatever that broad's name is. Anyway, murder at the Jersey Shore. On site on scene at the famous Maury's Pier in North Wildwood, or as locals call it, Wild Hood. People here are shocked, saddened, and frankly traumatized by what they witnessed today. When 29-year-old Cape May man named Franklin Ziegler was feeding his young daughter French fries and enjoying the ocean views. Quickly, a gang of dirty Jersey sky rats, otherwise known as seagulls, swooped down and tried to steal his daughter's fries by force. These dirty sea rats of the sky failed to recognize or identify the father of the girl, and not only was able to snatch an overconfident sea chicken out of midair, very impressive, also declared himself judge, jury, and executioner by sentencing this bullshit bird to death by decapitation. Mr. Ziegler then carried out the sentence by ripping the head off the seagull's body in front of hundreds of stunned beachgoers. He then asked for a proper New Jersey burial by 50-gallon hefty trash bag. Of course, at that point, the cops had stepped in. And of course, Mr. Zero Fucks Ziegler was amped up after killing a 6-pound sky rat with his bare hands and wanted to show the cops what them hands do. Now, on top of third-degree animal cruelty charges, he caught a resisting arrest charge as well. Just another day in wildhood. I'm Michael Metagon. I'm heading back to the city.
Thank you for that, Mikey Metagon. If anyone is looking to pay their respects to the fallen seagull, you can check the Pine Barrens next to where Jimmy Hoffa is buried. Excellent. Excellent stuff. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it on moving down the road. We're going to head to J-Dub, who's giving us the latest on the Scorcher. J-Dub, what's the story?
I'm Seamus O'Shea, and I'm on site, on scene, doing a character and a voice now. No, I'm just kidding. On Monday, the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service declared it the hottest day ever in the history of the world. A nice 62 degrees Fahrenheit or 17.5 degrees Celsius was the average around the whole world. And now it's a record that's going to only get worse and brokener. But hey, the European mind could never understand the sight of 70 degrees and freedom. Matthew, back to you.
Thank you for that, J-Dub. We reached out to the polar ice caps to ask them what they felt about the hottest day on record, and they had a total meltdown. Very good. We're going to keep it moving, keep it on moving down the road. We're going to head to Old Uncle Matty, who's going to give us the latest on old Chrissy Brown. Old Uncle Matty, what's the story? Hello, I'm Old Uncle Matty, live from the WPP News studio. First story, Chris Brown is being sued for $50 million. A shocking lawsuit was filed against R&B singer Chris Brown and his entourage. The 4 concertgoers are accusing the singer and his team of a brutal assault following a show in Fort Worth, Texas. The lawsuit alleges that Brown and his crew violently attacked the 4 men backstage after the concert. The plaintiffs claim that they have sustained severe injuries during the alleged attack. The incident sparked outrage and renewed concerns about the singer's behavior. Brown and his team are facing a $50 million lawsuit for the damages. We'll continue to follow this developing story and bring you more updates as they become available. Moving on. Armie Hammer carved his initials into his X. In a shocking admission, embattled actor Armie Hammer has confirmed a disturbing allegation made by his ex-girlfriend Paige Lorenz. In a recent interview, Hammer admitted to carving his initials into Lorenz's body, but downplayed the severity of the incident. Hammer claimed that the act was consensual and more like a scrape than a branding. However, Lorenz has previously detailed the painful and traumatic experience. This latest admission is sure to reignite controversy surrounding the actor, who has faced numerous allegations of abuse and misconduct in recent years. The public's reaction to Hammer's statement is likely to be swift and intense, as this latest revelation adds another layer to the complex and disturbing saga surrounding the once promising actor. Back to me in the studio. Thank you for that, Old Uncle Matty. In other news, after researching this, we found that Rihanna could be owed up to $200 million for the beating she took from Chris Brown. Yeah, always fun to make fun of beating women, right, guys?
Branding your chick is
Okay.
cool.
Listen,
Yeah.
scratch, gouge, brush against. Everybody's got different definitions, you know?
Andy used to do
All
the
right.
same thing to Woody and Buzz.
All right, let's keep it on moving. Keep it on moving down the road. We're going to head back to Liam Lashmize Reese, who's going to give us our lovely Florida update. Liam, what's the scoop?
It's my second segment, so you know what that means. We're going to Florida. Need a ride? Dial 911. A 39-year-old man from Winter Haven, Florida called 911 to report that his fiancée had dropped him off in the middle of nowhere, that he was drunk, had nowhere to go, and needed a ride home. He then told the cops they would be able to spot him by looking for a guy with no shirt. The drunken Floridian had given the wrong street name, but police were able to make do considering he was the only shirtless man walking around empty roads at 1 a.m. Florida dude let the cops know it was no big deal. Just a guy who was drunk, had a few beers, fighting with his girl, just trying to get home. Turns out there was, in fact, a little bit of a deal, because the man who called 911 drunk for a ride was on felony probation for DUI resulting in serious bodily injury. As I'm sure you can guess, one of the stipulations for such a charge is no drinking. So Florida guy did get his ride, just not home. Instead, now he's got to go face down those felony charges, and I don't think he'll be home for a while. Anyway, thanks again, Florida. Keep them coming, babe.
Thank you for that, Liam. When asked, the Florida man stated he requested a cop car because he thought Uber Black is the police.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, it's Jesus Christ now. When I told that joke in the pre-show, you were all goddamn about it.
I know. I don't know what you're talking about.
yeah.
Oh, I
Straight
just
up,
came up with
tell
that
'em.
joke myself, huh? All right. Well,
Yeah,
let's
that's all
keep
you,
it
bud.
moving. Keep it on moving down the road. I just lost my job. All right. We're going to keep it moving. Keep it on moving down the road. We're going to head back to Mikey Medica, who's going to give us the latest on the swim of Simba. Mikey, what's the story?
Lions make incredible record-breaking swim. I'm here on site on scene at Uganda's Kazinga Channel, home to a very dense population of hippos and crocodiles from the Queen Elizabeth National Park. But still, not a deal breaker when a lion's trying to find love. Two 10-year-old brothers, Jacob and Taboo, had their own pride, but were run off by a new group of younger, stronger alpha male. So they retreated and went to go find some new lovely lionesses. The record-breaking swim was caught on film by heat-seeking drones that followed the brothers across nearly a mile traverse through the channel. Experts say previous lions were not known to swim more than over 200 meters. To make this feat even more insane is that Jacob, the one brother, only has 3 working legs, probably why the other ones ran him off the broads. One leg was destroyed by a poacher's trap years ago, and Jacob, like a true alpha, thugged it out and found a way. So shout out to Jacob and his brother Taboo, who showed what being lion-hearted really means. And shout out to that broad lioness, who may never know what Jacob went through to find them, but the motherfucker did. Shout out to the real ones and these lions. Michael Medigan, back to the studio.
Thank you for that, Mikey Medigan. When speaking with the Ugandan locals, they stated that that's the best swimming they've seen in Africa in a long time.
Back to back?
You
He
son
means
of a
because it's
bitch.
dry.
You son of a bitch.
It's an ambush.
You guys just abandoned me. We all came up with these jokes, and I'm the one that has to say. Anyone else feel like saying them?
I think black people
No.
can swim. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I
You
don't think
son
this
of
fool
a
can swim.
bitch.
I'll
You
say it right
son
now. This
of
fool
a
can't swim.
bitch. You said that you've never seen a black person swim in your life.
Who? J-Dub? That's
Just-
not right.
That's not
Yeah,
true.
it isn't. That's not true that you haven't seen one, or not true that you did say that.
Yes.
50-50.
Yes.
So you did say it. You.
No.
You said yes.
All right. Either way, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving down the road. I'm going to get on LinkedIn and apply for a new job. And we're going to head to J-Dub, who's going to give us an update on the presidential race, since we're so excited about it. J-Dub, what's the update?
Rocky 3 had Clubber, and Trump 3 will have Kamala. My prediction, pain. Biden is passing the torch and moving on to another candidate. He will no longer be able to perform or protect or produce his abilities into his second term. Predictions on his vice president for Kamala Harris has been rumored. Biden himself, Big Mike, Obama's wife, and it looks like it could be a possible Kamala's race to lose. Trump's second time versus a female. We'll see how it works out. It didn't go great last time. Let's hope for a better turnout for the Democrats. Back to you, Maddie.
Thank you for that, J-Dub. In other news, we found that Joe Biden actually quit trying to be a president 3 years ago. This thing
Boy,
on?
Our boy Hunter's shitting bricks right now, dude.
Oh, dude. Hunter's like, where am I going to live, Dad? All right. Thank you for that, Jada. We're going to keep it moving. Keep it on moving down the road. We're going to head back to old Uncle Matty, who's going to give us an update on the facts of life. Old Uncle Matty, what's the story? Hello, everyone. It's old Uncle Matty live again from the WPP News studio. Their next story is a facts of life feud crushes reboot. Get ready. Fans of the beloved sitcom The Facts of Life are excited about a potential reboot, but it seems that those hopes have been dashed. According to a recent interview, the behind-the-scenes feud has derailed the project. one of the show stars has accused a castmate of greed and selfishness, claiming their actions have effectively killed the reboot. The alleged betrayal has caused a rift among the cast and left fans disappointed. With no immediate plans to revive the show, fans are left to reminisce about the original series and wonder what could have been. Back to me in the studio.
Matthew, I'd like to mention that not everybody marches to the beat of just one drum. What may be right for you may not be right for some. You take the good, you take the bad, and there you have the facts of life.
J-Dub, thanks for that. And you're right. It takes a lot to get them right when you're learning the facts of life. I keep learning the facts of life. All right, speaking of the facts of life, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast presents WPP News. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied by Liam Reese, Mikey Mitigan, and J-Dub. In case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Work Perspectives Podcast. You know, us on Instagram at Work Perspectives Podcast, and you can join us on Twitter and TikTok at WorkingPPod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com, and please like and subscribe, and we'll keep bringing you this sweet, sweet content. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great weekend. Thanks. See ya.
On the run, stand up and cheer.
Working Perspectives Podcast.
Philadelphia, here they come.
Like and subscribe.
Team